Indeed, 58 years after Nigeria's independence, the country continues to face various security challenges, some of which seem to defy solutions. But joining me live from our Abuja studios is former director of the Defense Headquarters, Major General Wahab Ayodeji. I want to thank you so much indeed for joining me on the news at 10 at this time. 58 years down the line, and we're still facing these kinds of challenges. Shouldn't we have gone past as a nation after 58 years?
Thank you very much for inviting me this evening. We are just taking reactive measures. We are expected by now to have actually settled down to do a strategic threat analysis completely. Look at the factors that are contributing or causing and contributing to this crisis. And with that, you assess and evaluate. Look at the threats, look at the and come up with priorities as to which one you will tackle immediately. And then you profile strategies and policies to those things. Without doing that, we will just be wasting time reacting every time. Apart from that, we have not actually come up to look at ourselves and say, look, this is what we want to be as Nigerians. What is the national vision? What do we want Nigeria to be? The average Nigerian does not believe in Nigeria. We don't believe in the security agencies. You don't provide information. These guys are not magicians. You have to tell them, you have to inform them of what is happening. And above all, even the security agencies must cooperate. They must collaborate, and they must be coordinated. If they are not coordinated, they'll just be working independently of each other. And the coordination is very, very important. Yes, the president had gone out to ask for international collaboration. We are not the only one facing this crisis. Africa, Middle East, and India, some continents, are actually the most volatile areas of the world. But the way you manage your crisis determines whether you are a developing nation, whether you are a failing state, or whether you are a failed state. So it is left for us to really look at what are we doing? Are we doing the correct thing? We shouldn't be reacting every time. We should sit down and look at what are the causes, what are the factors, and come up with strategies and policies to counter them.
Now some analysts say that this situation that Nigeria finds itself in today is more politically driven than militarily driven. Do you share the same sentiments? Is this a political warfare that is turning out to bring so much insecurity upon the country?
You see, whatever the crisis you are talking about, you have element of politics in it. The military anywhere is expected to go out there, provide the enabling environment for the politicians to come back and talk. War is believed to be a continuation of politics through other means. So even if you fight a war, you still come back to come and talk. So politicians must learn to discuss among themselves. They need to come together and look at how do we move Nigeria forward. We can't continue. The military cannot solve the problem because the problem was not caused. It's not a military issue. There are so many. That's why I said we need to look at what are the causes, what are the threats. Without defining the causes and looking for solutions to those things, we just be groping around the bush.
What, in your view, should be the solutions when you look at security, or should I say the lack of it in the Northeast, for instance, when you look at the Niger Delta region, the agitations that we see time and again coming out from that axis as well? What, for you, should be the solutions to these challenges that we face?
To me, like I said, what do we want Nigeria to be? National aspiration. 2, we need to raise the level of law enforcement. The security agencies performing alongside with the judiciary. If you remove impunity in Nigeria, most of the problems you have will at least reduce. If somebody can do anything and go scot-free, then what stops others from joining in? So we need to reduce impunity, which is fueling corruption. We are not the only nation, for goodness sake, facing crisis. But are we really managing the crisis? Are we really managing ourselves? We are practicing. You need to read the book. There's a book on why nations fail. And the author says, look, we have 2 issues. 1, the extractive economy. 2, exclusive politics. When you exclude people from participating in political activities, they become agitated. But the thing is, it is easy to solve economic issue. You can discuss. But once they go into the realm of social, traditional, or tribal issue, they become entrenched. And that's why we need to work seriously to solve those things. And the government needs to help the infrastructure that is available in the society. Because the average person should be able to at least look inwards and say, look, I can be self-employed.
I'm afraid,
if there is nothing,
that's where we will have to let it rest. I must, however, thank you so much indeed, Major General Wahab Ayodeji, the former Director of Defense Headquarters. Thank you so much indeed for talking to me on the News 10.